The Daedric artifacts. Every player wants them. They're some of the most fun quests in every Elder Scrolls game. And, surprise surprise, most of them are very useful. Most of them. Not all. So, I thought I'd make a video nobody's ever done before and rank every Daedric artifact based on how good I think they are. Has that ever been done? No? Great! We're in the clear. Yeah, maybe not. So, sit back, relax, and let's jump right into it. Coming in last place is the Savior's Hide, a piece of light chest armor associated with Hircine. Look at that beautiful design, those sumptuous curves. Looks like a great item, right? Yeah, no, it really isn't. Boasting a lackluster enchantment that grants you 15% resistance to magic and 50% resistance to poison, it leaves a lot to be desired. But there happens to be an upside to this artifact. If you're a Redguard or Wood Elf, wearing this piece of armor will give you 100% resistance to poison. That's something, I guess, but you could also just carry around some potions of cure poison to counter that. Kind of a pointless enchantment, but if you're into being the healthiest Dragonborn the land has ever known, you'll get some use out of it. Ho ho ho, now that's a good looking weapon. I bet it has a crazy enchantment like Paralysis or Soul Trap. Let's see. Oh, that's a letdown. And I had to kill a dog for it? Fuck you, Clavicus Vile. I won't lie, I got this weapon on my first playthrough of Skyrim many years ago, and I instantly regretted it. I guess you could say I rued getting it? I'm sorry, please don't click off this video. Anyway, this weapon isn't worth it considering the other prize associated with Clavicus Vile's quest. All it does is deal 20 points of stamina. Plus, it's so slow. I mean, seriously, look at this compared to the Warhammer swing. It's literally slower than the heaviest class in the game. Honestly, why would you want this weapon? I'd put it in last place, but it deals damage and looks cool, so 17th place it is. The artifact associated with the weakest Prince Periite is, surprise surprise, lackluster. It's a shield which is already a bit boring in my opinion, all-out attack or nothing. This shield can be upgraded with dwarven metal ingots, but can't be improved past flawless unless you have 100 smithing and smithing increasing gear. Already a setback. But wait, you haven't heard the enchantment. If equipped, it gives you the amazing perk of being able to block 50 points of magic damage. That's a bit underwhelming. I feel like it should have had Oriel's Shield's ability to build up power from being hit and hurling it back at your enemies. That definitely would have elevated it to a higher level. But unfortunately, we're stuck with a mediocre enchantment that's only good in certain situations. Looks cool though. The first staff on our list. I love the design of Sanguine's rose. Looks exactly how you'd envision it because it's a rose and is given to you by Sanguine. Now that's storytelling. But what does it do? Well, dear listener, it allows you to summon a Dremora for 60 seconds who will help you fight your enemies. Handy in a tight situation, but also kind of boring. I did a Conjuration build a little while ago and I felt that just summoning others to fight for you took away from the gameplay. Just watching an NPC fight another NPC didn't do it for me. Ha, that rhymed. Nice. But anyway, this staff is probably the best in class for Conjuration staffs, no question. But in terms of gameplay and how much fun it is, I'm gonna have to put it at 15th place, because it doesn't suit my playstyle. But if it suits yours, I'm sure you'll have a blast with it. Hey, 2 staffs back to back, nice. Oh wait, they're towards the bottom end of the list. Not so nice. The Skull of Corruption is Vermina's artifact in Skyrim, and it's not too terrible. It deals 20 points of damage in its unaltered state, but when you sneak up on a sleeping member of the Skyrim populace, you can cast it at them and gain an extra 30 points of damage, totaling 50 damage. You have to continuously cast it on sleeping people in order to gain this boon, but with a 12-hour cooldown period between people until you can use it on them again. That's why the staff is so low on the list. It's just a pain to have to go around to sleeping people in Skyrim to get this effect. You can increase its damage further with weakness to magic potions before casting it on those slumbering, but that's just adding a hat on a hat. It's a tedious staff, but if you like disturbing people's sleep, go for it, man. I know what you're thinking. There's a glitch that allows you to level up infinitely with Hermaeus More's book if you go back to an older version of the game. I'm very aware. I exploited it a lot when I was first playing the game. God, I miss it. Why did Bethesda take it from us? It's honestly so rude. But I'm ranking it based on how it is in-game without the associated glitches. And honestly, it's a decent little artifact. Being able to upgrade 6 skill trees at once with 5 free levels can be very beneficial. But it's a one and done book. Once you use it, you can't use it again, unless you use glitches or a mod. So, while it's admittedly a great item in and of itself, I have to put it at 13th place since we don't get any repeated value from it. This is an interesting little number. Have you ever done a werewolf playthrough? Because I've done many, and for the longest time I had no idea this ring existed. Would have made those late night hunting trips a hell of a lot more fun. The reason being this ring allows you to have unlimited werewolf transformations if you're already a werewolf. Without it, you're restricted to a single transformation per day in-game. Lame. Now I'll admit, this is a niche item and a lot of builds and characters will get no use out of it, but for the build it's meant for, it's a must-have item. Spamming transformations over and over again whenever you want is a blast. Plus, it'll help you get that pesky werewolf achievement you've been putting off. Big fan of this ring. Back-to-back rings in 11th and 12th place, and the Ring of Namira just creeps in ahead of Hircine's ring. On its own, it grants the wearer 50 extra points of stamina, great for getting in those extra Great Hammer swings. But it also has a mechanic unique to it, and it's disgusting. If the Dragonborn were to feel peckish and happen upon a corpse, they get the option to feed on it if wearing this ring. Feeding on corpses then grants an additional 50 health as well as 50% health regeneration for 5 minutes for some odd reason. So, if you're ever wandering around a bandit camp and feel the need to chomp down on some Bosmer, be sure to equip this ring so you get this bonus, you raving psychopath. First off, coolest looking Daedric artifact and maybe the coolest looking item overall in the game. Look at that, it's glorious. Brings a grown man to tears. Given to you by Malakath, it can be upgraded with ebony ingots, but, like Spellbreaker, it can only be upgraded to flawless unless you have smithing attire. Unfortunate, but it still looks fucking cool, man. Look at it. Imagine smashing into someone's face with it. Come on. It also has a pretty nifty enchantment on it as well. Warhammers cost a lot of stamina to swing, right? Well, it just so happens Volendrung can absorb 50 points of stamina per hit, giving you extra swings. Plus it swings as fast as the Greatsword class, way faster than any other Warhammer, which gives you extra damage per second. Overall, a great weapon. Love it. Ooh, this sword is evil. Just like its master, Mephala, but come on, look at it. What a great looking artifact. If you're a terrible person and want a fun weapon, this is for you. The Ebony Blade can't be upgraded via smithing. That's too common for its tastes. It has a much more devious upgrade process. It starts off with a fairly unremarkable 10-point absorb health enchantment, but if you were to have a falling out with a friend and this sword just so happened to find its way into their back, this enchantment increases by 4 points for every 2 friendly characters you kill, reaching a max of 30 for the absorb health effect. But how can you tell if a character's friendly? Well, if you go to their house and look for a small item, and it says take instead of steal, they're friendly. Or you can tell by their dialogue.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
And as a little bonus, it doesn't need to be recharged with soul gems. So, what are you waiting for? Grab that sword and get shankin'. Well, my sword's maxed out. I think I'll celebrate with all my friends. Oh yeah, true, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. The Dagger of Mehrunes Dagon, Tamriel's very own one-man invasion force. Pretty cool looking dagger if I may say. It can be upgraded with ebony ingots, and, like the previous artifacts, can't be upgraded past flawless without the aid of smithing attire. For God's sake, Bethesda, let me have legendary artifacts. Anyway, it's a light dagger with a fast hit speed, but its enchantment is quite interesting. You see, it has a 1.98% chance to instantly kill an enemy in one hit. Not just the first hit, any hit. You could be halfway through fighting a high-level dragon with this thing and suddenly, poof, it's dead, saving you the trouble. And if equipped in the left hand while dual-wielding, and you do a heavy attack, it does a double attack, giving you twice as much of a chance to set it off. Probably my favorite unique dagger in the game. Ever wanted to cosplay as a paladin in Skyrim? Yeah, this sword is the perfect one for you. What do you think, Meridia?
A new hand touches the beacon.
Sorry, we've had to put her in a home because her mind isn't what it used to be. I'll bring her to her room. Come on, Meridia, off to bed.
A new hand touches.
Yes, I know. We all know. Hand, beacon.
A new hand touches the beacon.
Yep, great. Anyway, Dawnbreaker. Such a fun sword. It can be upgraded with ebony ingots, but can't because of blah blah blah. I don't want to say it again. Its enchantment is fun though. It deals 10 points of fire damage to your enemies, which can be increased with certain perks like augmented flames and items like Azidal's Masque. But its other enchantment is where it gets good. If you're fighting an undead creature like a Draugr or a vampire, each hit has a chance to make the target explode in a fiery explosion, the chance increasing with each hit, with the added benefit of other undead around it being turned or destroyed as well. Really useful for clearing out ancient Nord runes or for doing the Dawnguard questline. Love it. I'm grouping these two items together because they're basically the same, but with one difference. Azura's Star is the item you get if you side with Azura during the quest. It's basically a soul gem that can be repeatedly used, and it can hold white souls, or non-human souls. You know, animals and whatnot. Pretty useful. However, if you take the broken Azura's Star to Nelacar in Winterhold, he'll remove Mail and Baron's soul and turn the broken star into the Black Star, which is the better version. It does the same thing as Azura's Star, but it can also hold black souls, human souls for those not in the know. Black souls give you better enchantments, replenish enchanted items better, and are just the apex of enchanting. It's your choice whether you want to earn Azura's favor or get a better item, but I know what I choose every time. I love you, Azura. The weapon of Tamriel's most diabolical Daedric prince is also pretty horrific. Who would have guessed? Look at this thing. It's so mean looking. Every edge of it is meant to inflict pain. Like many other Daedric artifacts, it's upgraded with ebony ingots and can't be upgraded past flawless. I'm noticing a pattern here. Its enchantment is a doozy though. It deals 25 points of both stamina and magicka damage to the enemy, and also has the lovely ability of being able to trap a soul if the target dies in 3 seconds or less. This effect can be used to great effect with Azura's Star or the Black Star. Little bit of a wombo combo there. Plus, just listen to the sound. Glorious. I have so many fond memories of this weapon. It's all I'd use back when I was on my first playthrough. So much nostalgia. Top tier weapon. Oh my god, did Bethesda go off when they made this helmet. First of all, just look at it. Such a cool design. Just wish it went well with other armor sets, but hey, you can import mods to counteract that. But the real reason why this helmet is number 4 on the list is its amazing effects. It grants a 20% increase to bartering, meaning prices are 20% better across the board for every merchant. It increases speech by 10 points, handy for bribing guards to look the other way, and, wait for it, it makes magicka regenerate 5% faster. Okay, yeah, that last one's a little lackluster, but the other ones are amazing. Whenever I play Skyrim, I constantly have this on standby. The traders are a bunch of money-hungry scumbags trying to get their grubby hands on my hard-earned coins that I acquired through completely legitimate means. If it's in the game, it's okay, I'll die on this hill. Anyway, cheaper prices, higher speech, and more magicka. The Holy Trinity. Great item. This is the most fun Daedric artifact in the game. Hell, it's probably the most fun weapon, period. No, I won't accept any other opinions. I mean, come on. Firing fireballs, turning people into cheese, paralysis, absorb health, turning enemies into gold, harming yourself? God, it has everything. The complete and utter chaos that is Sheogorath personified. What a wild and ridiculous item. I really wish other games would incorporate an item like this into them. Imagine a staff like this in Elden Ring or Dark Souls PvP. It'd make the PvP landscape absolutely insane. I know it won't happen, but a guy can dream. It can't be upgraded, but it doesn't need to be. That'd be putting a hat on a hat. It doesn't need anything else. It's perfect in its own maddening way. Love you, Wabbajack. The penultimate Daedric artifact and arguably the most useful item on the list is the one and only Skeleton Key bestowed upon Nirn by Nocturnal. You all know what this thing does, right? Good. On to number 1. Okay, I'll go into it. Jeez, stop begging me. It's an unbreakable lockpick and, in the lore, can unlock anything, such as doors and safes, as well as unlock one's own potential. But we're talking about its in-game effects, not the lore side of it. God, I wish I could go into it. I digress. It doesn't count towards the Oblivion Walker achievement, unfortunately, but there's a lot of other perks to it. If you're arrested in your travels, the lockpick that spawns in your inventory in jail will be the Skeleton Key. You don't have to worry about breaking lockpicks on these novice chests, it has you covered. You can easily get up to level 100 lockpicking with this thing. By leveling lockpicking with this and gaining perks, you can find more gold in chests, better loot, and eventually get unbreakable regular lockpicks. The only downside is you eventually have to give it up if you want to complete the Thieves Guild questline, but if you do level up lockpicking, that'll become redundant. Such a handy tool. And finally, my number 1 pick for the Daedric artifacts in Skyrim is Boethiah's very own Ebony Mail. This might be controversial, or it might not be. I don't know. Leave your thoughts below if I've offended you and feel free to insult me. I may or may not cry. Anyway, the Ebony Mail. Not sure if I've mentioned this before, but my favorite build in Skyrim is the wholly original and never before been used Stealth Archer build. I know, shocking. Betcha didn't see that coming. And it just so happens this piece of heavy armor perfectly complements that. Let's talk about its enchantment. Firstly, it applies the Muffle enchantment to you, meaning you move quietly. Perfect. Furthermore, if you get within close distance of an enemy, it inflicts 5 points of poison damage to them per second. Very handy in a pinch. And on top of these enchantments, it's also one of the lightest pieces of heavy armor in the game, while offering amazing protection. And it can be upgraded with the Arcane Blacksmith perk. No more flawless, oh my god, finally. Now, there are a few downsides. If your sneak isn't high enough, enemies will notice you poisoning them, and it's a bit hard to see out of the black smoke that envelops you when you sneak. But I can put up with that given its upsides, and it looks cool as fuck. Wonderful item. Thanks, Bethesda. And we've reached the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite Daedric item is in the comments. Different strokes for different folks and all that. Strokes. Sorry, that was immature. Anyway, if you like fantasy game videos and my incredibly immature self, feel free to like and subscribe for more videos. Or don't. You have free will after all. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself.